Hello and welcome to the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast with your host, Kimberly Dunn of Idlewild Horsemanship and Mindset Coaching. This podcast is here to bring you the very best in tips, tricks, and advice to help you better understand yourself, your mindset, and your horse, because your horsemanship starts with you. Let's go. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast. I am delighted to be here. Fun fact, I have already recorded this podcast once and my recording disappeared. So here we are again. Oh, the joy of technology, the joy. Right, so you're not here to listen to me moan about technology. You are here to listen to me talking about your horse's potential and are you wasting it? Now, the reason why I'm talking about this today is because it's something that I hear all the time from people on the socials, in the comments and in messages, and then in clients that I actually work with is, I don't feel like I'm meeting my horse's potential. I feel like my horse is wasted on me. I think I should sell them because I'm never going to be able to be good enough for them. I'm not good enough for my horse, etc., etc. It comes up a lot. And then also I have noticed it's trending a bit on social media as well, where people are sharing these reels, of their horse in the field and saying, look, we're not wasting our horse's potential. And I love that because we as equestrians just put this pressure on ourselves that if our horse is bred a certain way, or if they've come from a certain background, or, everybody at the yard thinks they should be doing X, and then we think, well, I'm not good enough for them. They should be doing this. They should be doing that. But these are all human beliefs that we are putting on our horses, okay? Our horse doesn't care. That's the truth of it. And so I just really want to hammer this home today. So if you're listening to this and you are someone who has said or does believe that you are not good enough for your horse, or that you're not doing enough with or for your horse, then this episode is for you. So let's dive in and let's hope that this flipping well actually records today. Oh dear. Joy. Okay, so now, what we need to remember, the truth that we need to remember is that, first of all, you are not alone in this. I hear it so blooming much. And it's a really, really painful belief for us to have. But it is a belief. It's not something that is actual fact. Because what I want to kind of look at today is that this belief that you have is a human thing. It's not a horse thing. This isn't about your horse. This is actually about you. And this belief that you have is really affecting your confidence and then the connection with your horse. And that's what your horse actually cares about. Okay. Whether you feel calm or not, whether their needs are being met. So this belief comes from, well, a number of places. So we have this whole comparison culture. So you see, all these social media highlight reel, like literal highlight reels. You hear about different people that are smashing it in competitions. You see other people at the yard, doing X and X with their horse, and you feel like, well, I should be doing that. You might get it from old school training mindsets that really prize performance over actual connection and partnership with your horse. A big one that comes up that I help people with is inner critic patterns. So feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're not talented enough or capable or skilled enough. And it can often come as well from this fear of judgment, either being judged by your horse or from other people around you or on the socials. It can come from guilt and perfectionism as well. Now, what we need to work on here is realizing that this belief is not about your horse's reality. It's about your own sense of worth. All right? Because the thing is, your horse does not have ego goals. Your horse lives in the present moment, not in imagined futures. They do not have ambitions. They do not have these career aspirations. They're not in their stable thinking, well, one day I would really love to compete in Horse of the Year show. One day I would love to go around Burley and win. Like, that's not in your horse's brain. It's just not. This is something we put on our horses. This is not a horse thing. All right. Now, here is what your horse actually values. Your horse, the animal, this is what they value. They value safety and consistency from you. They value clear communication, trust, and calm partnership. Okay, they value time, attention, emotional regulation. They value their needs being met: food, forage, friends, freedom. Are they allowed to be a horse in their life? Because that's what they value. They don't value being out jumping jumps at a certain height, or competing in these classes, or meeting the approval of other people on the yard. They value, are you a calm partnership, a calm partner that they can trust? Are you consistent with them? Are you clear in your communication? That's what they value. Okay. Not what, competing or outdoing whatever. Because a horse partnered with a kind, compassionate, aware human, they are not wasted. They are actually thriving in what truly matters to them. Okay. Not on the expectation that we or others put on them. It doesn't matter how they're bred. It doesn't matter where they've come from. And what matters is that they can feel safe with you and that they are getting their needs met. Now, the thing is with this belief of you thinking that you're wasting your horse is it has a ripple effect on your partnership. And like I talked about last week as well, it creates a bit of a cycle. Okay? It damages your confidence and then it creates tension in your sessions together in whatever you do because you're spending the whole time in your head thinking about how you're not good enough for them, thinking about how you're not meeting their potential. That then restricts it sends you into a place where you cannot function properly, you cannot communicate effectively with your horse. Then that creates confusion, then that creates tension, then that creates things going wrong. And then that then meets the cycle of you, because it gives you the proof, yeah, you're not good enough. It becomes this self-fulfilling loop. You have the guilt, you have the pressure, then you have the miscommunication, then you have the proof that you're not good enough. Okay? You have this energetic self-doubt coming up as hesitation or overcompensating, and the cycle continues. Okay, so you see how you create this, but you becoming aware of it can break it. You can break this cycle. And hopefully, if you're listening to this and you are in a place where you feel like you're not good enough for your horse, this is helping you now think, okay, this belief is on me. It's not actually about them. All right. So how can we reframe this? How can we move forward from this? Number one, redefine what potential means, because it is not about rosettes. It is not about what other people think. Okay? It is not about how they're bred and what you're competing in. It is about the depth of the relationship you have together. And then number two, notice your language. Replace, if you're talking out loud about this or you're in your head or you're writing about social media on it, replace I'm wasting them with we are learning together. I am learning to understand my horse. I'm learning to deepen our relationship. Change your language. Number three, celebrate the small moments, because it is all about the small moments. These small moments are what make up the foundation of your relationship. So it's things like calm mounting, them standing at the mountain block, relaxed connection, mutual curiosity. These are markers of progress. All right, these small moments in time. Number four, detach from external validation. Your horse does not care who is watching. They don't. They don't care what your instructor thinks. They don't care what other people on the yard think. They care that you care. They care that they feel safe with you. Number 5, check the emotional load. When guilt or shame creep in, pause and ask, is this mine or is this a projection of someone else's values? Number 6, ground through gratitude. Reflect on what you're giving your horse. Safety, patience, a voice, their needs are being met, understanding, compassion. Be grateful for those things and grateful that you're aware of them. Okay? Okay, and I'd just like to add in a few facts for you because I know that some people just kind of, if you're listening to this and this is your first time thinking about, oh, okay, yeah, our horse doesn't necessarily need me to be a top level blah de blah to be happy in their life. Sometimes you want to listen to some facts about it to help you ground it. So, research on equine behavior shows that horses mirror emotional states more than actual skills. So, they attune to calm and to clarity. Like I said, calm, consistency. That is what they thrive on. They're prey animals. They need to feel safe. If you can give them calm, they're going to be much happier. Okay. Studies from McGreevy in 2012 and Visser in 2015 show that welfare and trust indicators improve when handlers are emotionally regulated, regardless of their skill level. Okay. Horses associate positive experiences with consistency, not complexity. Okay. You do not need to be this super duper amazing rider or trainer in whatever to ensure your horse's happiness. You can let that go now. Again, they value safety, they value communication, consistency, and having their needs met as a horse. Okay. Now, this is what I want you to anchor in before we finish on today's episode. Your horse does not measure your worth. They are not judging you. What they feel is your energy. And that is where your potential lies. Things like emotional regulation, okay? You get to rewrite this story. And I want you to think about, instead of wasting potential, shift that to nurturing a partnership. Because that's what it's all about ultimately. The bottom line is your partnership, your connection that you share. And that comes from trust. That comes from consistency. Okay? And whether your horse feels safe with you or not. I would love it if you would share this episode with someone that needs to hear it, because there is no doubt, if you needed to hear it today, I hope it was helpful to you, but there's so many more people out there that need to hear this. So if you know someone who has been feeling this way or talking this way, please send this episode to them to help them understand it is not about your horse. It is about you and whether or not you feel confident in yourself. Okay. And you can shift that. You have the power to shift that. Stop thinking I'm wasting my horse's potential. Take a breath and remember, your horse isn't measuring you by rosettes or by achievements, by whether you're out competing, whether you're out riding with 10 other people. They care about your energy, your patience, and your presence. That is where the real potential lies. Now, if this episode did resonate with you and you're ready to rewrite this story for yourself and your horse, I would love to help you do it. So if you want to apply to work with me directly, just send an email to the address that is in my show notes or slide into my DMs. I'd love to have a chat. I would love to work with you before Christmas. That time is now approaching. So yeah, there is time before the year is out. We can work together, get this sorted as we head into 2026. Speaking of 2026, do not forget Tickets are now on sale for my New Year Empower Hour Goal Setting Special. It is a one-off live session for 90 minutes on Zoom to help you set empowered goals with your horse for 2026 and make a plan to get there. And as always, there's lots of hypnotherapy goodness sprinkled in there to make sure you head into the next year feeling confident and ready and capable of doing all the things you want to with your horse. Tickets are £22 and they are limited, so grab yours before they go at the link in the show notes. I really hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Please make sure to follow or subscribe to the podcast if you don't already. Share it with a friend who needs to hear that they and their horse are already enough. And if you do share it on your stories, please be sure to tag me. I will see you in the next episode. Over and out.